Hey Beatrice, how
Hey,
are you?
how are you? I'm good. How's your
Good.
coffee or
Oh,
water?
just water.
Okay,
Keeping it clean today.
that's good. That's good. At least it's not vodka.
Yeah. So we had a call yesterday, and then now we have a call today. So I'm
I am
guessing.
so excited to share this with you that I could
Okay.
not wait. I'm curious. I could be completely wrong, but I'm hoping I'm 100% right. I was
Okay.
practicing the things you taught me, and I thought, I cannot wait a week to see if I'm doing it right. So I just wanted to share with you what I looked at this morning,
Okay.
and let's see what you think of how I understood your lesson yesterday. At least see if I'm on the right track, that is.
All right.
Can
All
I
right.
share
Yeah, go
my
for it.
screen?
Yeah. Let me get you the rights for that, and should be okay now.
Okay, let me see here. Should come up. All right. You're seeing USDN, right?
Uh, yes, I am.
Okay. So this is what I was thinking this morning. Yesterday, with all keeping in mind everything you taught me yesterday,
Yeah.
I saw this buyer's coming up, and the whole mantra in my mind: don't ignore all this story, just to focus on the sell, right?
Yeah.
So after I'm looking at the entire N group, USDN seemed the most interesting. So I see the buyers coming up and the sellers coming down. What I usually would do is look at the low and high of Asia and look for a pullback to sell it, right?
Right.
So, but today I wanted to do something different. So I noticed that the sale has been going on for quite some time, and then when it got to this area in the 15 minutes, it's even more apparent. It went parabolic, and then it went even further, like this is stretching it. And then I looked at the volume. It's at the end. If you notice the high volume, well, now you can see the buyers, but before I didn't see this candle. The sales volume was high at the very end of the sales,
Okay.
right? So I'm thinking we are in a very if you can see here, this is although it's kind of messy here, it's a SNR area from the 60 that should hold for these buyers when they come back up here. So my thought process initially in the morning was to wait for this buyers to come in, because I can't just buy from here with these sellers coming down with volume. Wait for the buyers to come up, pull back into this area so I can buy, go along with the buyers, right? Then I thought, okay, what is the sister pair? After looking at all the yens, CAD yen stood out to me, because when I was looking at USD yen, CAD yen had already done the buy that I was expecting. It's same, if you can notice, except it's a little cleaner. It's the same story. The buyers came up, the sellers pushed down. The volume is always at the sales at the end. So I go to the 15 minutes here, and then I'm like, this is where I was seeing it. The buyers had already come up. In USD yen, it was in this area where the sellers are coming down, but CAD yen had already put in the sells and the buys, which is almost like a V formation to me. At least that's
Okay.
what I was thinking. So it's holding here, and I'm like, okay, interesting. I could sell this. And as I was thinking this, I went into the New York session and talked and saw that what is it, Henning was selling this, and Lucas had mentioned to sell this. And I think, okay, but I think it's in an area where we should wait for a pullback to buy because of this SNR, like I was showing you on USDN.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because if I look at it the way you taught me, that this buyers are coming up, this sellers are way overextended. You shouldn't be selling at this area, because they came down from here, like from here, come down, come down, come down, and then at the end they're coming way down. They're pulling back, they're not able to go any further. So maybe we should wait for to buy at the bottom of this little range instead of selling. But I thought, okay, in order to buy here, I have to wait for the sell to come in. So I entered for the sell. It worked perfectly, by the way. uh,
Okay.
and it's because I was questioning myself. I'm like, am I seeing it the way that, I was really curious. Like, did I see it the way Naveen taught me, or did I miss something? So that's why I
Okay.
was like, could you
Uh,
show? Yeah.
Okay, so one thing though, let's hit the refresh button over here, wherever that refresh button shows up.
Refresh. Oh,
That
like
when you put
that.
your mouse there, yeah, there you go, there you go.
Oh, this one. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so now if I'm looking at this, what sticks out to me? I see that, 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 overall downtrend, and then I see that, which is like, okay, and then we got a trend. Okay,
Yes.
so we went from a channel to then a strong movement down, which means this is important. That area is important. Like that's pretty solid, right?
Yeah. Yeah. On the 15, right?
Yeah. On the but well,
Okay.
the way I'm seeing it, like as a large picture, is like I pretty much got the 60 right here as well,
Okay. Okay.
right?
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I'm spotting all of that stuff. So I'm thinking, okay, this is moved down, it's
Mhm.
moved down, it's
Mhm.
moved down. If I want to resell this, this needs to refresh. I can't do that next SNR kind of sell kind of thing. It's too dangerous.
Yes.
So that refresh process is our traditional set one, set two.
Mhm.
However,
Mhm.
once the set one comes in and then it goes up for a set two, what do we know about this?
What do we know? Oh, this area, the volume on the cell is on the bottom, like you taught me yesterday.
Yeah, which
Yes.
means to do a sell on this
Yeah.
is risky, is risky.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
But at the same time, it's like this is for a refresh to say if I want to continue, but it's showing you signs already as is that this high volume earlier was for the buyer. These high volumes are at the end, the seller's ending and buyers are kicking in. These high volumes right now are holding the market again.
Okay. Okay. So
So
that's
all
my
these
thought
things are,
process initially. Yes. Yes.
yeah. So now having that said, it's like, okay, whatever the case may be, get away from those prices.
Mhm.
If you're going to do a sell, just know one thing that you're doing what might be the final sell,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
Which means it's not something that we want to get in and hold on. Or it
Yes.
also means I might get in and it might go a little bit and then turn around on me.
Yes.
So should I be looking to do the buy? Is it too
Yes.
early to do the buy? Maybe that's too complicated. The flow is down. It'll be easier to do the sell than it will be to do the buy because the buy's got to get through all these, sellers first before the buy can be
Yes.
smooth, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so walk me through why were you interested in this area and not, is it because you came into the office around this time?
Well, yeah, yeah. Looking at this area, the thing that got me interested is first because it was the hold here, and if you look at this was the last trapped buyers right here. So I would like for it to come. I was looking for it to come up here if I was gonna sell, but it was holding here and didn't seem to be able to get any higher. So I was thinking it's using the edge of this buyer here to go down, but my sell the buyer, this trap buyers to go do the sell. But like I
And
said,
wait,
when I came in,
yeah,
yeah,
just one thing there. You're
yeah.
saying the word trap buyer of this. I don't like for me personally, that's not a trap buyer. A trap buyer
Oh,
is like, and then it's an uptrend, and then it's an SNR, and then they try to buy it again, and it fails.
ah.
But this ledge right here is in the seller side of things. So
Oh, I see.
what is the idea of why would people buy this, especially after a strong movement down like that? So you see what I mean?
Oh,
If
yeah.
if you were trying to buy this and then it runs away, you might want to buy it again at support, thinking maybe over there. But if it goes further down, are you still as a maybe as a
No,
retail trader thinking as a buy? No,
no,
right?
not
You
really.
might be switching
Yeah.
to a sell side because it's
Sell.
late
Yeah.
now, but you might be turning to a sell side. So there's no really trap buyers in there. It's just a support resistance area.
Okay.
Probably this line comes from the 60 as well. Am I not mistaken?
Yeah, yeah. No, this one was the cell. I was looking on the 15. This is the cell that it's almost like a 15-3 cell if you want to look at it that way. But yeah, no, this is just the cell. The range that was forming since 5 o'clock yesterday, I guess, since the market opened, it's been forming this range. So I put a high there. But I saw the cell is coming from this area here down, and then just been stuck in this thing here. But like I was saying, I really was originally looking at USDN, and I looked at CADN as a sister pair to, because it was moving, it was ahead of the USDN. This
Yeah,
move happened early, and now we just had this move happen in USDN. So I was looking for a buy on this. But the reason why I sold, now this is my question, is that I'm here now, right? And I know for me to buy, obviously the cells have to work to come down here. If because I was looking at it based on what we talked about yesterday.
Yeah.
But we also talked about how if I wait too long, it'll be closer to noon or 11 or something, and it might not be my play anymore. So the other reason why I took this sell was like, if the USDN was to work, it could work for the Asian session or later, and I don't want to miss this sell that even though I know it's high risk, I don't want to miss it waiting for the USDN, and it might not work in my session, in my New York session. Was that correct? Was that a worry that I should even
Um,
have? Was that something I should be thinking about?
yeah, there's a few elements to it. Okay, so what's okay? If I say for you, just look at the screen, and I want you to
Okay.
point out the extremes for me.
On the extremes, and I see this area right here. I see
Yeah.
the sellers down up there, and then I
Okay.
see this areas that are clearly holding extremes down here. Yes.
Okay. And what else?
And then I see this highs that are holding. It's
Right.
almost like a range forming right
There you
there.
go. So
Yes.
the recent
Yeah.
extreme is telling you a range design, right?
Yes.
Those are
Yes.
the extremes. Which the one great thing you did this time compared to what we discussed yesterday was you sold with your seller people,
Yes.
and you got
Yes.
away from the buyers at least,
Yes.
right? So that's a
Yes.
good thing. So even though you know there's high volume and all that stuff with there, you sold with the sellers at least. This
Yes.
allows you, as the trade goes in your favor, this allows you to adjust your stops and make a decision peacefully rather than getting in somewhere in the middle or towards the bottom, and then that trade has to work, otherwise we're dead.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
I
That's a
understand.
horrible spot to be in. It's like this better work, otherwise I'm finished. So whenever we
Yes.
wait for a rollover to happen to get the next price down here, we're
Yes.
basically asking for it because we didn't get
Okay.
a price up there, and now we're
Yeah.
saying, well, first we pay the premium of you first go and then you tell me it's
Yeah.
safe to go.
Yeah. It's a
We're,
confirmation almost.
yeah,
Yes.
confirmation. So that
Yeah.
confirmation, that premium you're paying for confirmation, it takes away your safety net.
Yeah.
So then you're ending up here selling in this area right at support. And then it's like, well, this has to break for me to make money. If it holds, I'm dead.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
there's no way you can get away from that with a break even or a little bit of money. It's not happening. It's too
No,
close.
not at
Right?
all. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's
Yeah.
the same thing here. I'm glad you got the work done up here and didn't wait for it to come down, pull back, and then do the
Yes.
sell over there like mid ranges or anything like that.
Okay, okay, yeah. And this is the same trade that Henning took today. So we all kind of took this, which was kind of shocking for me to see that we all kind of did the similar, very same trade. But
Okay.
my question was that they clearly saw it as a sell here, which it is. I don't disagree, but I saw it initially from the 60-15 as this is a V formation test to come down, or anyway, as a buy, as in because we're in this black line here is a huge SNR on the 60 for these sell. This is a pullback for the buyer going up in the 60.
Fantastic. Yeah, excellent. If you can
Yes.
take the chart up a little bit higher away from the volume so we can see the volume as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so look at this. He's done set one, he's done set two, doesn't make a
Yeah.
lower low still, and yet the volume keeps increasing.
Yes.
Like, what is that? Like, what is happening? It's because there's something happening down in these areas, which happens to be a very logical support area or previous resistance,
Yeah. Yes.
and all the signs leading up to it are for buyers,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So these
So
are
I did
all
get
the
what you were
clues.
teaching me yesterday. Yes.
Yeah, these are all the
Yes.
clues saying if you're gonna do the sales, you better be
Be
good at getting
careful.
out. Yeah,
Yes. And I was. So, yes. So
yeah.
that's good. That's very good. I just wanted to confirm because I was doubting myself because everybody's saying, buy, sell CAD yen, and I see the sell. But then I thought, this is a buy on a 60-15. So that's the conflict I was having in my head. Like Naveen taught me that this is an area where you should be looking to get out or, not enter or buy after the buyers have proven themselves, obviously. But not, you know what I mean? Similar trade to New Zealand USD we talked about, where I was selling at the lows and you're like, wait a minute, look at this sell. It's been going forever. Why are you selling here? So I sold it, but I wanted to just be sure that I understood what you were teaching me yesterday.
Yeah.
And you can see the buyers are coming in. And
Yes.
USDN is exactly the same as this. This
Yeah.
is just ahead of USDN.
Well,
If
what
that,
we can do is I'll
Yeah.
give you a little small to do.
Yes.
What I'm gonna post this video obviously in
Yeah.
post analysis video like we normally do, right?
Yes. Yes.
Under that, if you can post a screenshot of what happens to this 24 hours later.
Yes, I will. I
So
will.
that way it's the lesson and then right below the lesson of and then what happened to CAD yen.
Yes.
You know, so what happens when you get all these volume indications along with the story unfolding of everything screaming at you, watch out for the cells, watch out for the cells.
Yes.
Like, and if you do the cells, the one great thing, like I said, the first thing that stuck out to me is I'm glad you did it up there at least.
Yes.
You know,
And
and
I only
away
did
from
that because of what you taught me yesterday about how to read this. And
yeah,
I was like, did I get it? Because this was like a test for me to see if I understood the lessons from yesterday. And it's exactly what you explained to me yesterday. So I was pretty excited. I'm very stoked. I'm like, yes. Yes.
good,
So
good.
very excited. I'm sorry. I'm trying not to talk too fast because that's what I do. I'm excited, but this is very exciting because I mean, I started with USD and ended up with CAD yen, and I'm sure you and Henning will have this whole discussion again. But USDN is what started this thing, and if you see it, look at what it's doing. You
Yeah,
know what I mean? It came down, and the volume is all saying the same thing. It's just a little. It's like right behind CAD yen. USDN is following along. So
yeah. That's the
yes.
Powell speech, right?
Yes, it's a lot going on today. Actually, the U.S. The New York session is quite, it's moving a lot. So,
Yeah,
but my last question is this:
sure.
when I sold here, would it be okay to buy here, or or should I look for a different pair like USDN to get into?
No,
Because
it
yeah,
doesn't matter. Like the whole point is, if you do see the buys forming up,
mm,
then you got to
yes,
put together the reasoning behind the buys. Okay,
yes,
just like how you put together reasoning behind the sells, it wasn't
yes,
because and then it's here, so I sold it. It was
yes,
I see the downtrend, I see the pullback is organized, I see it's at top of the range, I see I got my support resistance. You built the condition that says,
yes,
and therefore I sell. Do you
yes,
have a condition for therefore I buy? Rather
yes,
than
on the 60, yes,
yeah. So if you have
yeah,
the condition all layered up and telling you, and therefore you must buy, then yeah, you want to do the buy with these guys, with the your buying
yes.
brothers, I guess if you want to call it like your buying family, right? You want to buy it with
Yes,
them.
yes, yes,
So
yes,
so yeah, we wanna stick as far away from this upper area as we can because if we buy from here, that's our element of, and then you watch out.
yes. I
Okay.
see what you mean. It's crystal. I mean, crystal clear. I'm so grateful for yesterday's session because now I get it. And that's why I wanted to do a session today so I can reinforce that learning that you taught me yesterday about reading this correctly. Yes, it's
Yeah, good, good.
crystal.
When I got your
Yes.
message when I was outside, I was like, I got your message saying I'm seeing things. I'm like, uh-oh, what's going on? I didn't know it as a good thing or a bad thing. So I was like, okay, I'll message you as soon as I get into the office. Like,
I was seeing things. I was like, wait a minute. I can see the cell, but this is a buy on a 6015. And I know Naveen taught me this yesterday. So I was just like, maybe everybody else is right. And this is just a cell, but let me check because it was just something I learned yesterday. I was so curious to find out how close I was to the read. I feel like a detective. I'm Sherlock Holmes. So I was very
good,
excited.
good.
So that's all I had. I just wanted to make sure that I was on the right track and I wasn't, based on what we talked about yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll continue to build upon this before getting into, okay, why did you get in there? How did you exit? How did you manage to trade?
Yeah.
All that still later. We want to make sure this part is down, like this
Okay.
this early piece of um and this is how I got to it.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
All
I
right. So
will do
then
that.
just one to do then, which is
Yeah.
the 24 hours later, just post a screenshot of your 15-minute chart. You can maybe shrink it down so we can at least see this movement and then all of this movement and see
Yes.
what happens. Does it refresh and then crash down? Or does it use these volume indications and actually starts rising up and starts to target that area or that area up there?
Perfect. I will definitely do that, and I'll keep an eye on USDN because if this is like I said is the leader of the two, so I'll keep an eye on both of them. But I'll definitely post a picture 24 hours tomorrow. This in the morning, I'll post a picture.
Sounds good.
Yes.
Sounds good.
All right. Sorry
Okay.
to make you go through this three times, but
Oh, no
yes,
worries.
that was awesome.
That's why we're
Thank
here.
you.
That's why we're here.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. All right. I'm so excited. All right. I'll talk to you soon.
All right. Take care.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.